folks, welcome to lesson 13. I hope it's not unlucky, but we'll soon find out. This is the mixes are same as it was yesterday. You don't need many colours. The ochre or the raw sienna, ultramarine, then ultramarine plus burnt umber. Now that colour there, I want you to mix quite a bit of that because this scene is a scene across the Thames. And these are buildings across the Thames which are in silhouette with the light behind them. There's some bushes here which are in darkness as well. So all we'll get is a lightish sky, silhouette, and the Thames in front of us. Okay? So there's your colours. Now you've seen those, I'll take those off and get them out of the way. Then you see the full extent of the picture. It's nothing much to it apart from the silhouette there of a view across the Thames and some bushes in there. I'm not saying what building it is because somebody will say, oh, he's got another spire, or there's two spires missing there, or this is missing, or that's not right, that time's not right on that clock and all this. So it's a view across the Thames. I know which side my bread's buttered, I'll tell you. Right. First things first, touch your water on there. Randomly, by the way, not all over. In fact, you can go over the buildings there because it's going to be darker, isn't it? So don't worry about it. Right, let's get some sunshine in first. Touch your sunshine. That's nice. Wherever you fancy putting it. Whoops. I put it nice and light behind this building here so we can get some lightness in there. And also these colours here will also be represented in the Thames, won't they? Just to be what's upstairs is downstairs as well. So what you see in the sky is what you see on the water. Always remember that. That should be easy, this one. Right, so we've got our raw sienna on there, or ochre, whatever you like to call it. And now I want to put on some ultramarine blue. Let's put a touch of that on, shall we? There we are. Quite a nice day, really. Only trouble with it is we're in lockdown, but not to worry. We'll get over that somehow. Just keep painting and the days will pass as fast as you like. Yeah. Put them down here like this. Water in the front here. Bring it down here. I can see I'm going to have to get that dreaded hairdryer out soon. And there. Now I want to put some dark in there. Now this what I've mixed, by the way. I'll show you this just to show you can see what's going. That dark, I've mixed quite a lot of that dark for the simple reason that's the ultramarine and burnt umber, because that is going to give me my silhouette of the buildings as well. So the others are not just a small mix, but that is a biggish mix because I've got plenty of it. I'm not wasting it. I know that I'm a Yorkshireman, so I'm not going to waste it. So we'll get a bit of darkness up here. I'm keeping away from the building because I want it nice and light behind the buildings. Bit of dark down here. That's like the Edwardians. We'll close the corners down, put two darks in the corners there. That'll do it. That'll bring the focus to the focal point, which is the buildings across the Thames. Let's put some of these darks down here as well. And while we've got got that on here, so it's all running towards me. I can see that, but and I want to put some of that wheat alizarin crimson in. You know, that colour that was on the bottom sheet was alizarin crimson. We'll put some of that nice colour in the base of the sky there. That's lovely. You can go over your buildings because we're going to cover that and it's going to be darker. So don't worry about lines or anything like that. We'll sort it out, hopefully. But it is number 13, so don't be too keen. Right, here we go. Tuck that in there. That should be all right there. And I think you've seen this, but got a bit of tissue. I'll just take a bit of tissue out of here and just take a few clouds out. We'll have the light is from the back this time, so it's not left or right. It's from the back, so there's no problem with shadows and things like that because it's all behind you. Right. That'll do. That's a bit of tissue, taking a bit of the weight out of that sky. There's a little bit of, that could be a seagull there, but I've just moved it. Right, I'll darken this foreground a little bit more down here. This will bring it towards us. I'm in the studio here in the garden, and it's such a lovely day. I mean, my next door neighbour is obviously keen. He's got the mower out, I can tell. I hope it doesn't come across too much, folks. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I can't stop now, I'm working. Right, now well, I want to, because I'm right-handed, I'm going to start silhouetting my scene from the left to the right, because it suits me. If you're left-handed, of course, you'll go that way. So, and if you're ambidextrous, just please yourself. Let's see how we go. Let's start off. There's some bushes on the left here. Let's get the bushes in first and see what they're like. Now don't put colour in them. These are this heavy mix of silhouette. Don't try and put greens in and robins and whatever you like. It's all silhouette stuff, this. Keep it simple. That's a bit better. Just twiddle it up like that. You can push the colour up like that if you like. That'll give you a raggy edge at the top where trees do have a raggy edge, don't they? So that'll look better than just sweeping it in with a brush. You should enjoy this one. Not a lot, but it should be alright, I think. Number 13. Right, that stops about there. The bushes, that's the other side of the Thames. So we've got to put it, that's where the line comes down there. The river is below it. Let's get that in there. Come across here. Get this line in. Then it comes in front of that building there. So I'm going to stop that for a bit now. Let's see how we go. Leave that for a bit. Let's see how we go. And then I can start on some of these buildings here. So I'll get a small. I'll start with that one. Pick up some of that paint. But I'm going to have to sort of get a smaller brush to get the detail. Pinch a bit of that back. I see it's too much there. I say don't think, oh, he's Mr. Tower there or something. I might have. That's not what it's about. It's about your picture looking Thames-like. Okay? You can do it. Let's get some of these little twiddly bits up here with the rigger. That rigger's a wonderful brush, you know. It certainly helps me out. Twiddly bit across there. Bit up there. I say it doesn't matter if you miss a point out or anything like that. It's your painting and it'll look lovely. your neighbours will be absolutely staggered how good you are. So some of them anyway. You'll not please everybody. There's always somebody who'll criticise it. Not to worry. That's their problem. So we're coming down there, we get that side in. I mixed a lot of this stuff, so I've got plenty to go at. And that corner there. Of course, there's that building at the side there. We'll put some of that in as well. I'll use a rigger on that one because it's a bit dodgy. I've got two brushes in my hand here, multitasking, just like a woman. Well, Carol, my wife, she can multitask. She keeps telling me anyway. Right, a few twiddly bits that stick up in the air. I'm sure they mean something to somebody, but not to me. So another tower up down, that'll do there. This building will probably be a wonderful sight to somebody if they know where it is. I'm not sure, but we'll be all right. We'll represent it as we see fit. We don't want any change in the guard or anything like that. It's just a suggestion of a London scene. Full stop. So that's getting that on there. Come along here, there's a bit there. There's a bit of a tower there, like a little round thing. So we'll put that in. We come across. Then I can block in that bottom with a bigger brush here. That's it. Get the block in and just use the rigger for the dodgy bits. Or the tricky bits, they're not dodgy, they're alright. Right, let's get the rigger on it again. Right hand, don't forget. Twiddle a bit there. Therapeutic this, you know. Whatever you concentrate on this, you're not worried about your other problems. So the longer you paint, the less you'll worry. That's looking how I want it to do. Another spiky thing up here. Another twiddly thing in the background there. I don't know what it is, but it is a twiddly thing. I'm sure somebody, I said, well, I had a course at home, and one of the chaps that came on, it was the Clerk of Works, listed buildings, London. By his knowledge was unbelievable. What he didn't know about the London buildings was unbelievable. He put central heating in the Houses of Parliament. Not on his own, but he planned it all. I think he had a few joiners and a few plumbers on it, but it was a push-up, yeah, you know, he made a good job of it. It's been a bit heated in the comments, you know what they're like when they get excited, shouting at each other. That's one thing about this coronavirus, or whatever it is. It's thinned them out a bit there, and it's a lot quieter. They're nearly civilised, they are. Right. Down here we come. And of course, what I can do while I'm messing about here is, let me find another brush I want here. That one will do. I can sort of use my chisel brush. You know the chisel brush, don't you? I can do this sort of stuff, this. don't go mad, just a bit. You know it's and there's some little bits there at that back there. I might get touching that one there. Look. And there'll be some here like this, where this dark is. Take that in. This is all twiddly as well. Don't forget there's ripples on the water, so don't do it too uniformed. Across here like that. The Thames flowing by. I'm trying to mirror that somewhere, but not sort of mirror it, but suggest it. That's the word I'm looking for. So it looks like you've taken care of the reflection in the water. That's that. You're just going to get a touch of that up here like that. Make this a bit longer. I suppose I can do it on something like that, you know, but don't. I'm not trying to go mad. And of course, above that you'll get this blobbly thing there, I suppose. And here you'll get one or two these tower things here. I'll put them in. A straight bit there. Some across there. Twiddly bits. I said don't try and match it. It's not like that. Right, we're coming on. I've got 3 brushes in my hand now. Talking about multitasking. Let's put a bit more of this building done. I call it a building because if I start calling it a special type of building, somebody will say definitely, oh, we haven't got a window there. I know. So it's a building across the Thames. In fact, it's a Thames view, which covers a multitude of sins. Let's get it across here like this. A little pip up there like that. Across here. This chisel brush is alright for these side edges as well. There, look, that does that well as well. Get across there. That tower down there, and get that twiddly bit there. With that little pointy thing on top. Lovely. I put a little flat thing here to match that one up. A bit on here. I'm making it up as I go along, you know, so don't if your sketches haven't done anything like mine, well, that's fine. You'll do exactly what I'll do and make bits up as you go along. And in years to come, people say, "But I remember that building well," because they'll fill all the dots in for you. I'm telling you. Put some of these colours down here. Another straight edge here, look. One across there. Twiddly bit up there. Comes up here. I think you've got castellations here. So I'll leave some gaps in there, which make it look as though there's castellations there, look. Fill that bottom bit in. There's a building at the, it's a bit small for that brush, so I'll try and get this building at the back in there. Got some sticky up bits. There's one there. one here. I'm sure it means something to somebody. Yes. Take this building up as well. Be careful, there's a sticky out bit there on each side of that. Then it starts to go narrow at the top. Use the rigger to get that last little bit up there. That's a pointy bit. That'll do. This touch in here, that is. Oh, we're getting there on this. I'll leave that bit for the rigger. I've just about run out of my dark blue stuff. I'm just going to about make it, I think. Save me having to make any more. So we'll see if I can do that little twiddly up bit there. So there's a touch left in the corner. That's it. Just one or two twiddles there, spires or whatever you like to call them. Two dots. Let's do a bit of reflections in the water there. This is going to cause a big reflection across here, isn't it? Down here, this is going to be dark. Right, I think we're starting. After that reflection that's come from that to that, we'll try and put some suggestions of the buildings beyond there. And if you can, try and make sure the reflection is directly under what it's reflecting. It certainly looks a lot better, I'll tell you. That's that one. I'll just put a twiddly bit on the top there just to give it a suggestion. There's a little twiddle there, you might see a twiddle there. There's one here, isn't there? Let's get that one in. Yes, it's just twiddle, don't go mad. There's about 4 of them little twiddle bits there. There's one there which is a bit thinner, so I've got to use a thinner brush to get some of that reflection in there. And then this is a quite, I've just got enough left for this, I think. That look down there and make sure that goes beyond underneath it, like that. Then it starts to thin out at the top here, doesn't it? That'll do. So there's 1 or 2 little ones in here, so I'll just put a little twiddle thing in here. Match that one up with that one there. Just represent that building a bit more there. It is a bit blocky. Some of them little bits that are sticking up. Some on this side. Some twiddling here as well. That'll do it. I can twiddle here all afternoon, you know. So while I've been doing that, there's a little pinnacle on the opposite that. There's one there. I'm going to put one just here because it to match it up. It looks a bit as though somebody knocked it off. So we'll have one just, if this drying, I can put my arm on it. So let's put one of these things, something like that. I'll straighten that one up a bit, then make a blobby bit, and then put one of these on top. And it'll look like something that we know what we're doing. That's it, that'll down here, something like that. So it looks a bit more balanced, that. And on top of the building, of course, there's a flagpole. So I'll put this flagpole in with this chisel brush. I should be able to do it with that, with a bit of luck. Stick a little one up there like that, see? Look at that, beautiful, just what we need. Right, now it's not a long painting, this one, but what I want to do, I want to introduce one or two things like, I'm going to make this about the go along, so bear with me. It's going to have, just I'm looking across the Thames, and I'm looking at these buildings, and this is you've got like the embankment in front of it, and there's stuff, there's beetles running along there and all sorts, isn't there? So I'm going to try and represent a suggestion of beetles on here. So it'll give it a little bit of life. It's just a bit flat when it's just on its own like that. So we'll have a go at something like that. We'll see how we go. I'll get a bit of scrap paper and see where we go. Let's have a look. If it's dry, it's not bad. So we're going to get a suggestion of, say, a London bus. They're red, aren't they? I hope. Let's see if we can pop just a suggestion of a red in here as we go along. That'll do it, won't it? Something like that. Do this down here. I'll put another bus in somewhere else because you never get one on its own. You either three or none. I'll put one across here. Well, that's all the bushes are just there, so you'll not get that. So this is just where there's another one here. That's it. I'll just suggest a touch of reflection there in the water. Don't go mad. Now I'm going to have to mix a bit more of that dark stuff because I want to restate those trees just a little bit to make it separate it from the actual building itself. I'm just going to mix a bit more of that ultramarine and burnt umber, just enough to separate that hedge from the buildings. I'll do it now, so I don't forget. So we'll look, see what we've got. A bit stronger than that. It's got to stand out a bit. So if you're not sure, always test it first, like I do. And if it's not strong enough, put a bit more colour in. Just across here, I see. Oh, that's better. Right. These are these buildings here. These bushes and that. So these are in front of those buildings. So I'm going to just suggest that again. it'll just separate it from that from the buildings there. You should enjoy this one because it's not a complicated one, and it's quick. I mean, you can have this done in no time, and then watch the telly. Mind you, the telly. Oh, it's all repeats, and people talking from the webcams in different houses. I don't know. Must be me. Probably is. I shouldn't say a thing like that. They're doing the best, like I am. If you could see this Fred Carno's arrangement I've got for filming here, you give me a pat on the back, because there's blue tech involved, there's all sorts involved to hold that webcam steady while I'm painting. So this is a bit more. If that webcam falls, it's the blue tech that's gone haywire. So I'm not bouncing about because it might do. I'm always relieved when it's finished and I think, oh dear, it's managed it again. So I get a bit of excitement out of it as well, you see. Twiddle it now, and a bit of twiddle. We're nearly there. Just give it a bit more separation. Bit of water in there. That's it. It is not a block, it's slightly lighter darker because where the light's behind it on this one. So I'll just suggest a touch of dark in the water there, just to represent it a bit more. In here. Don't fill it in because the Thames flows, it picks up the light patches as well, doesn't it? It's just suggesting the shape of these bushes and that. That's all it is. That'll do. Right, I can forget that bit now, and let's concentrate on these little bits what I was talking about, these fiddly bits. And it's nice just to, I mean, you can enjoy yourself with these bits. Put exactly what you like on, and we can put. Let's see, there's the butters. I might put a touch of, I don't know, a touch of white here. I've got this gouache stuff, that white stuff, you know what I told you about. I've got it somewhere looking about. I'll show it you so I can find it. Here we are. This is the gouache for the people who didn't see it. It's a permanent white. It's gouache. It's opaque, so then I can cover things with it, and I can put in, you know, I don't know, anything. It could be a white car or something down here, something like that. See, anything that's going to just give a bit of activity on the side of the Thames there. Could be a white van. How's that? The white van man. Oh, he's going on there. So they're always the same. These white vans. Have you noticed? They've no wing mirrors. They don't use them. I'm generalising. I shouldn't do this. But we'll see. So that's that one. I'll put another one on here because there's lots of vans about. Perhaps this is a big furniture van, this one. This is where your imagination comes in putting what you like. This is a big van. You could one of these Tesco's things, you know. But don't try and put Tesco on the side, will you? You'll spoil it. Touch of white down here, just a suggestion. I like a touch of reflections. That's that. I know what would be nice if we had some lights, because it's evening, if you like, and we can have one or two lights on, can't we? Or suggestion of lights. No, so we'll have a blob of lights. Say, start here. I'm guessing the width and all that, so there's no science to this one. Now it's going to be behind that. I better dry that off a bit, or I'm going to get a red and yellow light. Then I should be able to put a light in front of that bus, just there. Yes, and one here. He's just going past the lights, see? There's one here where the lorry is. Another one here. Oh yes. All the way along the embankment they are. We can come out here, we can do all sorts, can't we? Just keep them coming. Little sparkly lights. Now fortunately they go behind that bush, so you won't see any more, but you might see a touch of this sort of thing in the water. It's just a suggestion of reflection. One a bit there, look. There. I like doing this bit because it's fiddly, but it adds a bit to your picture. And when people are viewing it, when your neighbours see it, they say, "Good God, look at that! They've done a wonderful job. They've got buses and vans and all sorts in. How did you do it?" Well, you can tell them then, can't you? And I said, when you finish boring the neighbours with them, when they come out of this lockdown, you've all your relatives to bore, haven't you, as well? So that's really good. They'll really love it. But don't blame me. A little bit of twiddle here. I said twiddle. Yeah, that's fine. I'll restate that one. It's not too clever. That one. It's all right, this painting in lockdown, but I do like to have a reaction from people that I'm painting with, because this is really nice, because this is the bit I enjoy, the interaction and some of the rude remarks which I can handle. I don't mind that, and it's a lot of fun, I'll tell you, it really is. Let's have a different colour. I'm looking for a colour. We'll have a brown bus, a brown van or something. Oh, or a black cabs as well. Black cabs. This is a little car coming down here. This is a small one. They're a bit small, these, but not to worry. But we've got to want two black cabs, haven't we, in London? Crikey. If we'd left them out, there'd be trouble. They've all done the knowledge and they want to be shown in the picture. Right, let's find a spot for a black cab. What about here? That's it, the black cab. I tell you, I was saying that painting I did of the Tuscan farmhouse. I couldn't have put these in. I'd forgotten my glasses. I was painting without my glasses. I thought, I'm struggling here. And of course, that's what the trouble was. So I've made sure I've got my glasses on today. That's a black cab there. There's always one or two about there. He's coming in here as well. Stick one in there. I don't think there's any stalls on there that, you know, like these selling tomatoes and stuff like that. I don't think there is on the embankment there. I'm not sure, but I'm just trying to fill in some of these cars and that. Put another one in here because there's always lots of taxis about. Never an empty one. They're always full. There's one there. Twiddle it a bit down here. Let me see. I wonder if I can put. I mean, I'm twiddling now, but I wonder if I put some windows in the bus. Just I might really mess this up, but I'll try. Just to show you what we can mess about with. Double decker. Of course, we're going to get that in the water, aren't we? Don't forget that. Another bus here. Let's put some windows in this one as well. Upper deck, lower deck, in my lady's chamber. Right. One, twiddle, 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 twiddle. So I've got reflections there. That white van, I haven't got much reflection on that in the water. Let me put a bit more reflection on this one here. That's better. And then buses are floating, so I better put some darks around the base of them so that they'll sit down a bit. So I don't want no details on these. I mean, them white things there, but these black things I'm just putting in now, there could be people sat on the bus, you see. But that's really, really clutching straws, that. Driver in there. One in here. Now I'm looking for things to do now on there, so I'm just going to look at this Thames a bit more at the bottom. It's a bit too nice here, so I'm going to riffle it a bit, just to finish it off. As I said, perhaps the odd gull in the sky, that might help. Let's just. I've got a little touch of that dark left. There was a right playful of that, but I managed to use it up. A bit darker than that. It's a bit too wishy-washy. Let's have a look. See if that's it. The reason I'm leaning across that, what I'm doing, I've got this thing here, and I like to just test it on here, see. Make sure it's the right colour. It's not dark enough, that, so I'm going to put a bit more colour into it. Test it again. That's better. That is better on the sheet than on my painting. That's what I'm saying. And let's just streak it across this a bit. This will bring it forward. Don't cover all your reflections up, but But you can bring it forward. Because the Thames is flowing fast, isn't it? So we're going to get some movement or some white tops on as the light catches the ripples. And on the next paint, I don't know where we're going. The next painting, I'll think of something. It could be somewhere exotic, or it could be somewhere local that I'm used to. It could be a farmhouse. It could be anything. We'll see what happens. I might get a rush of blood and do something different. We'll see. So that's well. I brought that Thames forward because it was a bit pale, and the buildings here. I'm not saying what buildings they are. They've gone slightly back. The hedge here, the bushes or the trees, are mid-range, and they're reflecting in the water. There's some activity on the embankment there. A couple of buses, and I wonder if I should put another one in. I don't like two, you see. Just to. Oh no, leave it. I'm looking for things to do, but I'll look in the sky and see if I've got any dodgy bits. That's the best thing to get rid of a bird. Let's have a look. What's that up there? Yes, there's a dodgy bit there. Look. Oh no, it's come off. It's all right. Let's have a nice bird in. Let's have a bird in. You can't beat it. We do give value for money on this job. There's one just here. That's a gull. There's a dot there as well. We'll have a gull down here as well. If we're going any further than that, it'll look like one of the rares. 3, I need 3, I don't like 2. Let's find another one. There's one here. Little dot there. That'll do. Take the brush off me before I go mad and carry on doing it for the sake of it. I hope you've enjoyed that, folks. This is a view across the Thames. It's a silhouette with a light sky behind it, and a sort of activity on the embankment, and a few birds and what have you. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed painting it. So until next time, it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from him.